Good morning, you all. Good morning. I'm gonna throw this towel over my shoulders because the last time I recorded a video in here shirtless, I did not like the comments. Let's talk about motivation. I recently posted this questionnaire on my Instagram and I was just asking people what stands ahead of them achieving their dream physique. And one of the responses was, well, it was a combination of things. It was time, lack of motivation, and being natty. All right, let's take the natty part out the way. You don't want to be unnatty. You don't want to take these steroids. It's a lot of money, and the side effects are not worth it. And literally, with the even like, unless you have top tier genetics, you really don't gain much from it. So, and not as in you won't gain muscle, but it's just, you know, for me, steroids only make sense if you're actually going to be up there competing for Mr. Olympia. Or if you're just taking steroids just to look good, I think that's fucking stupid. But to each their own, whatever. My personal opinion, not worth it. Time, you have time. You just have to make the time for it. All right. Nobody is that busy. And I want you to listen. I need you to listen to that statement. I don't have enough time to take care of my physique and look the way I want. Do you really want that to be true? Because if that's true, then that's a miserable existence. That if you're speaking straight from the heart, if you're not lying, if you're not bullshitting, and you're genuinely saying, I don't have enough time to take care of my physique, therefore I will be a fat slob for the rest of my life because I just can't find the time for it. If that's genuinely the truth, prayers for you, bro, because that actually that sucks. But chances are it isn't the truth, and you're just bullshitting. All right, if you sit down and if you think long enough, you have the time for it. You need to make the time for it. So those two are out the way. But the one that really caught my attention, motivation, lack of. Now, I was somebody who used to once struggle with this. And I sat back and I thought about it. And I actually recorded like a video response on Instagram. And in there, I didn't like black pill him. I didn't say that there is no hope, that I can't teach you that. I just simply said that you have to find that. You have to find that motivation inside of you, that because that's exactly what I did. I told him in the video, I'm not going to show you guys right now, but I have a massive mirror in my bathroom, and I literally could not look at it because of how disgusted I was with myself. Like, I would pass by it like this. Like, are you serious? Like literally, there'd be days where I do this, and there'd be days where I just like, all of a sudden I'm looking at the wall. Like, I'm really interested in what the wall's got going on. The whole time the wall, there's nothing on the wall. I just didn't want to look in the mirror. And that was incredibly painful, which I transformed into motivation because it got to a point where I'm like, enough. Like, why can I not look at my own mirror? Like, this is a problem. And another thing, I realized the times where I was least motivated and where I looked my worst, I was doing a bunch of bad habits. Now, I know that may sound obvious, but let me explain what I mean. Okay, so the obvious one is out the way. I was eating a lot of junk food, right? I was eating a lot of junk food. Why? Because it brought me comfort. It brought me comfort. It made me feel good temporarily. It might have made me worse off in the long run, but in the moment, it made me feel good. But there was other things I was doing as well. I was playing a lot of video games. Why? Because it made me feel good. It made me feel fulfilled. It made me feel excited. It made me feel satisfied. I was watching, and this is always embarrassing to say, but in order for you guys to truly understand me, I have to say nothing but the truth. I was watching Korn. Why? It made me feel fulfilled. It made me feel satisfied. It made me feel good in the temporary moment. If you notice, a common theme is instant gratification. Instant gratification. Video games, instant gratification. Junk food, instant gratification. Pornography, instant gratification. Why? Because life sucked. Life sucked at the time. And those were my ways of feeling good. Those were my ways of feeling good. Because the truth is, I say life sucks, not as in that life is all doom and gloom and life was hopeless. It's just that genuinely at the time, life was boring. Like, there was nothing, I had nothing going on. The only thing that I really like, that really made life good in like a good way that wasn't destructive, music. Because I actually have been making beats for quite a long time. Like, I'm still making them to this day. I don't really, well, like, I don't, like, I'm not really consistent with it. But I've been messing around with it as of lately, even with this YouTube channel. It's just a nice creative outlet to have. It's just a nice outlet to have in life. I feel like everyone should have a creative outlet. It just makes life fun, as long as it's not destructive. Because by creative outlet, I'm not saying to go do cocaine and play the guitar. All right, you should play the guitar, but leave the cocaine part at home, or not at home. Just leave it. Just don't touch it. So what was I talking about? Excuse me, guys. Life was just boring. And there's two things, and I think that a lot of you guys can relate. Most of you, it's not that your life sucks, there's just not a whole lot going on. So you have two options. Either you choose the path that will satisfy you instantly, but screw you over in the long run, or you choose a path that may seem hard, that may put up a lot of resistance, but overall will make your life 10 times better. Instant gratification versus delayed gratification. And the reason why I'm mentioning instant gratification and motivation is because this literally destroys it. This literally destroys it because, like slapping its ass. Instant gratification, you watch those things online, you play those video games, you feel satisfied. You're like, what's the point of going out to try if I can feel good just by sitting here and just turning on my Xbox, turning on my PlayStation, turning on my computer and watching those forbidden websites? You start to realize, like, what is the point when I could just do that? That's why, the question was really fitness related. It was really only in regards to fitness, but the truth is, this is like a life thing, because they say a strong body is a strong mind, and a strong mind, more often than not, is a strong body. And in order to get that strong body, you need, I literally just said it, you need to strengthen your mind. You can't just fall into these instant gratification habits. They will literally destroy your motivation. They will destroy your drive. They will damn near kill the fire in your heart. You have to be willing to delay gratification. You have to be willing to go through the mud, to embrace the ugly, all right? You have to be willing to eat shit. Not forever, but for an extended period of time. Because ultimately, it's what will set you up for a better life. All right, you want to get real deep into it? The people who you're watching, banging those girls that you find attractive, they didn't choose the path that you're choosing. All right, they went into the gym. They suffered in the gym. They dieted down. They couldn't eat the foods that you're eating all the time. They had to do these things. That's why they're banging the girl that you find attractive. That's why they're banging the girl that you're lusting over. I don't mean to get deep like that, but it's just the truth. You want to be that guy, you have to do the things that guy's doing. I guarantee you, he ain't sitting at home jacking off. He ain't sitting at home watching these videos, jerking off in his little bedroom. Sweaty bed sheets, sweaty pillowcase. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have to bring the truth to you. I just have to tell you how it is. You won't get anywhere like that. And that's why you don't feel motivated. Because you're rewarding yourself for nothing. All right, there's a lot of things wrong with touching yourself. And I think that's a major one. You're literally rewarding yourself. You're giving yourself that feeling of satisfaction for nothing. For no reason. Just because. Oh, I need it. Oh, I'm stressed. I'm this, that, and the third. You gotta let those things go. You have to get rid of those things. That's why you don't feel that fire in your heart. That's why that fire in your heart is non-existent. And I'm sure there's plenty of other bad habits out there, but I feel like the common ones are simply just video games, corn, and junk food. Trust me, you may be real used to it. It may be a pain to put down, but if you give it time, you will never regret it. All right, do you think anybody who quit watching those things, who quit doing those things, you ever hear anybody say that they regret it? You ever hear somebody say that they regret not playing video games? You ever hear somebody say that they regret that they stopped watching corn? You ever hear somebody say that they regret quitting junk food? That they regret quitting sugar? No. Because it was worth it. It was worth it. As hard as it was worth it.